This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Trade Union Congress supports Vagrancy Act. Governor Wenge calls for urgent Pangu party meeting. And disciplinary forces urged to be loyal to their oath of duty. A very good evening. This is National Emtv News. I'm Malcolm Wyra. Thank you for joining us. The Trade Union Congress have recently revealed that they will strongly support the Vagrancy Act. The TUC Acting General Secretary said TUC will fully support the act if the government implements it.
The Acting General Secretary said it is high time Papua New Guinea change its ways in managing the urban drift in the country.
For strictly on vagrancy, we support that. It's about time there's some change in how we manage our urban, rural urban drift. We've far too long, allowed this sort of, drift from rural, to the urban centers, and that has caused us a lot of social, not only law and order, but pressure on health services, education system.
Sharing the same sentiments with the Acting General Secretary is Rafael Wayalaka, the Vice President of PNG Bank Financial Institution Works Union.
What about the labor laws that needed updating for many, many years? They're still waiting there to be updated. What about many of the laws, the Vagrancy Act and all these other laws that should be updated so that we can be able to curb and control things? What happened on Wednesday could have been curbed, could have been controlled if the laws were in place.
Malinta Yopolo, National Emtv News.
An urgent call has been made to the Prime Minister, James Marape, to immediately convene a Pangu meeting to discuss the leadership and call for Marape to put the leadership on the table. This call was made by the Morobe Governor, Luther Wenge, yesterday at a news conference held in Port Moresby.
In the news conference held in Port Moresby yesterday, Governor Wenge revealed that he made several attempts to meet with the Prime Minister but were unsuccessful. Wenge revealed that his point of discussion with the Prime Minister will be to ask the PM to leave the leadership on the table.
Clear indictment of lack of leadership. And I'm going to discuss with Prime Minister James Marape so that I wanted him to put the leadership on the table. And as I said from the beginning, I'm Pangu. I have seen on the paper some fellows from Pangu have decided to divorce themselves from Pangu. With due respect to them, I will respect their decision, but for me, not to divorce myself from Pangu, but remaining there in Pangu. Get the Pangu political wing to meet, together with the non-party members, particularly the office bearers of Pangu, to meet. Call a joint meeting fast as we can, and discuss this issue and talk on the leadership.
Governor Wenge alluded that the Prime Minister needs to call an urgent Pangu meeting to center talks on the issues and leaderships.
I want the international community, those people who want to invest in this country, know that at least a senior leader, I'm not trying to be boastful, but it's a fact, as a senior concerned leader has called for the Prime Minister to put the leadership on the table and allow the party to decide.
Wenge revealed that in the meeting, if majority wants PM Marape to remain in power, so be it. But if otherwise, then so be it, for the goodness for this country.
And if the party decides that there should be a change, and I am too sure, depends on whoever, we got somebody who's confident to take the leadership. I am pretty sure and have confidence that the confidence of the investors will rise. And there is, as you know, there's also so many reasons they have raised by the public and the police.
Wenge indicated that if the party agrees for a change, then there is someone who is confident and willing to take the post, highlighting that this will have an impact to reboost investors' confidence in the country. Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
Moreover, Governor Luther Wenge raised concerns on the impact of the Wednesday 10th January events that is causing the international investors to lose confidence to invest in the country. Wenge revealed that a change in leadership at the higher ranking will rekindle investor confidence in PNG.
With the recent civil unrest that sparks the nation's capital and other parts of the country, Morobe Governor Luther Wenge raised concerns on investors' confidence in PNG, highlighting that the turn of event has forced many investors to lose confidence to invest in the country.
The institution which will employ is the public sector. And for that to take place, we need more businesses, more investment in this country. Papua New Guinea ourselves are slowly coming up. One day we're going to take control, and that's my belief. But in the meantime, as we speak now, the foreign companies will have to come in. They're coming to invest in our country. Because our country's got big potential. Big potential. That is why those potential lure the investors to come and invest. And when they come and invest in our country, then the employment rate will naturally increase. Then our unemployment problem will be settled. But things like that happen reduced the confidence of foreign investors to invest in our country.
Wenge reiterated that the country needs more investors to curb the increasing unemployment rate.
Unless something drastic happens to the rank and file of the leadership in this country, we will not see something positive happening for our country. The investors will want to see change in leadership, and they will hope that something positive is going to take place to their benefit.
The governor then revealed that the international investors are now waiting to see a change in the leadership to regain their confidence to invest. Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
Meanwhile, Morobe Governor Luther Wenge called on the Prime Minister to lead by example and apologize to the people of this nation on what transpired on the 10th of January.
The recent outcry relating to the tax increase, which was added by the three disciplinary forces, calls for drastic actions as alluded to by the Morobe Governor Luther Wenge. The governor revealed that what has transpired is the law that was passed by the government and implemented by the IRC. Hence, the Prime Minister should also be blamed.
The Prime Minister should be thinking he's also responsible. He's also responsible. He's the head of the government. He's the head of the country's leadership. And these things are happening because he's partly contributing to it. That is why I'm asking him to come to the table. He cannot pass the buck and say, the Olaine does it, not me. No, he's party to it. There's many issues I don't want to talk about. I'm just talking about one matter that happened, all right? But Prime Minister should be also responsible. He also should be responsible. He should also accept that he's also responsible. And the way to do it is to accept it. Say sorry.
Wenge indicated that the Prime Minister should accept that he is also to be blamed and must apologize, as these are what good leadership is all about, and urged the PM to lead by example.
Right. If I had done something wrong, I say sorry to the people. You have to say sorry. That's a good leadership. That's a good leadership. You must admit. When you've done wrong, you must admit. Say sorry. Because all of us, we're bound to make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But when you are a leader, you got to be serious. When you're a leader, all right? You have to live by examples. If you achieve something, yeah, credit. You celebrate it. If you've done something wrong, say sorry. That's good leadership.
Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
When the disciplinary forces remain loyal to their oath of duty to serve God, the government and the people, the country remains intact. This is the notion emphasized at the annual PNG Correctional Service Dawn Memorial Service at the Bomana CS Training College in Port Moresby.
23 years on, and the PNG CS Dawn Memorial Service still conveys the sadness of what took place in Kuveria, Bougainville on the 17th of January 1990. The message today to remember the fallen was loyalty to the force and to the country now more than ever. Emphasizing on the need for loyalty, the Minister for Internal Security, Peter Siamalili Jr., reminds correctional service officers that they are custodians of the people.
You all men and women of the uniform, you took up an oath that you would first to have faith in God and to be loyal to the country by which we become custodians of our people.
Building on this notion, the PNG CS Commissioner Stephen Pokanis urged officers to do their duty in the best interest of their country and the people.
Leaders play me long parliament so also like crime long bakarabim country long yumi. Government is sanis because leadership is sanis. Correctional service is sanis because leadership is sanis. But maintaining true spirit, from good passing, good walk, now walk one time. And by holding government, by holding correctional service. Now suppose correctional service is stop good, Papua New Guinea can be rest assured that Emtv is stop good.
Commissioner Pokanis highlights the fundamental concept of being in service to the country.
It's not a challenge. In a disciplined organization, we do not challenge ourselves. We take the oath and we do what we are supposed to do.
The memorial service concluded with the traditional laying of wreaths as PNG CS officers in duty and gone were remembered and honored for their service to the country.
They are not wearing them, nor the ears on them. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
Natasha Rovoy, National Emtv News.
Reflecting upon what transpired on the 10th of January in Port Moresby and eventually to several other centers, Minister for Internal Security, Peter Siamalili Jr., regarded the event as a motion to review, improve and rebuild for the greater good of the country, likening the situation occurrence to a computer's new system reboot.
Today, technology, they say that when you go through technology, to change technology, you need to reboost the technology. In order to put in a new software into a system, you need to reboot. I strongly believe Wednesday was a moment in our history, particularly in the disciplinary forces, for us to reboot our faith, reboot our loyalty, reboot our purpose.
National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National Emtv News. NCD and Central Commander and Assistant Commissioner of Police Anthony Wagambi Jr. has been given a 21-day suspension yesterday, while disciplinary offences are investigated in accordance with Part 4 of the Police Act 1998. Assistant Police Commissioner Peter Guinness has been appointed today as the interim commander for NCD and Central Command for the coming month.
Suspended ACP Anthony Wagambi Jr. is on suspension pending disciplinary investigations into the events of the 10th of January 2024 in Port Moresby. Acting Police Commissioner Donald Yamasombi, in his statement, flagged that this is to ensure correct administrative process is followed in a transparent manner. Wagambi Jr., in his response, vowed that he has respected the law and administrative process. Meanwhile, in announcing the appointment, Acting Police Commissioner Donald Yamasombi said ACP Guineas has the track record and respect of the rank and file of the police to lead the NCD Central Command. Grace Papiali, National Emtv News.
Despite the suspension of Assistant Police Commissioner and Commander for Central and National Capital District, Anthony Wagambi Jr., police officers in the NCD and Central Command continued their normal policing duties throughout the command since yesterday.
Senior officers from the NCD and Central Command, including PPC Central Acting Superintendent Laimo Asi and the National Capital District Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika, have been very vocal on RPNGC members to maintain their line of duty. 3 zone commanders from the nation's capital and the police station commanders in NCD and Central have also urged their members of the force to continue policing the command. The NCD and Central Divisional Command confirms that members of the police force have been working very hard, many in the city, to ensure normalcy is restored and maintained. Meanwhile, CPL is appealing to the general public for assistance to apprehend perpetrators involved in the destruction of their shops on 10th of January 2024. Gladys Killer, National Emtv News.
In a recent media statement, Acting Chief Commodore Philip Polawara of the Papua New Guinea Defence Force announced a collaborative effort with the police to uphold law and order in the city.
Commodore Polawara emphasized the PNGDF's commitment to the nation, recognizing its vital role in the country's existence, despite facing setbacks, including the loss of superannuation funds tied to shares in CPL held by Comrade Trustee Savings Limited. The PNGDF remains dedicated to its duty to the state. James Guken, National Emtv News.
Elizabeth Genia has been appointed as the first woman governor of the Bank of PNG. This announcement was made by the Prime Minister, James Marape, yesterday.
Following the appointment of Elizabeth Genia as governor of the Bank of Papua New Guinea, Prime Minister Marape stated that her appointment signifies the confidence the government places in Papua New Guinean women. Ms. Genia, who has been serving as the acting governor of BPNG since January 2023, was officially appointed by the National Executive Council. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Marape stated that the government will collaborate with the bank in addressing issues such as national field security, foreign exchange, and the proper organization of the Credit Guarantee Corporation to sustain and boost the growth of the small to medium enterprise sector. Marape added that the government will respect the independence of central bank but use the monetary policy to support and grow the economy. Furthermore, Mr. Marape advised Genia that BPNG must ensure a steady flow of funds from export revenue, especially from the PNG LNG project and mines and other export items, to boost the country's foreign exchange, which is now at 14 billion kina. Moreover, Marape instructed the newly appointed governor that BPNG must option into using the Chinese renminbi as an alternative to the US dollar, given China's increasing trade with PNG. Grace Papiali, National Emtv News.
One of the business houses that was looted and damaged during the city mayhem on 10th January appealed to the government to assist them rebuild and provide services to the people. Two brothers who operated Asha Enterprise Limited in Gereka and Taroma respectively made this appeal to the government as they incurred almost 10 million kina in losses.
The Asha Enterprises Limited manager Sujan Ahmed described the 10th January mayhem as the darkest day in PNG.
Last January 10, this day is very black day for Papua New Guinea. So we never expect this day will happen. So I'm wholesale and retail too one time. So all come and by all got something and brook him all something and by Karimgo. Karimgo then I'm all attack him inside. Inside attack him and broke him all got the door or something.
Sujan says they lost millions of kina worth of items for their 3 shops looted and damaged in Gereka and Taurama respectively.
Well, this day is affecting two stores bloomy on Taurama Asha and Asha Gereka 3. So 2 stores minimize, I estimate them 10 million like that, all cash, smoke and goods and electric, cargo and car damage, everything makes them 10 million, about 2 stores.
The Asha Enterprises Limited brothers are still waiting for the responsible authorities, especially the government, to visit the damages they sustained during the chaos. They are now appealing to the government to assist them to rebuild their businesses.
Me like him, our member Justin Shashangos, I'm come now looking at him, our situation will be now I'm come now helping me lo working again lo starting business. Institute to governor me request please people are come now looking how people stop. Lo yeah people one time Narbla China store too. So all bagarapim. So people know at all something now I'm finished ogada.
The Asha brothers are PNG citizens who started doing their business since 2003 and serving the local people by employing them. Both got married to Papua New Guineans and regard PNG as their home. They couldn't believe this unfortunate incident could happen to them as they lost everything. From store goods, family items such as clothes and utensils, and also family residential areas looted and damaged. Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
Kina Bank has announced that all its branches in the National Capital District will be closed by 2 p.m. daily during this state of emergency period.
This was confirmed by the bank, stating that while Kina Bank branches are open for business, their branches for NCD will close at 2 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. for the duration of the state of emergency. For alternation banking methods, the digital branch is always open and available for customers to manage their accounts, check balance and make transfers using corporate online banking, Kina Connect or Kina mobile app. Kina Bank CEO Greg Porson said despite the challenges they had experienced in the last 48 hours, they are more than ever committed to PNG and they will be there to help strengthen the economy, support the business community and support everyday people. He also stressed that Kina Bank is committed to delivering new products and digital innovation that will support the country. Gladys Killa, National Emtv News.
Now to the next fund market report. The Kina closed unchanged at $0.2677 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying $0.2602, $0.3923 Australian dollars, 0.2316 euro, 37.93 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices, at New York closed, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copra closed lower, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, copper closed higher. And looking at the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading higher, the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National Emtv News. Connect PNG program is set for this year with major developments and completion of national highways in each of the 4 regions of the country. Minister for Works and Highways, Solan Mirisim, made this statement yesterday.
Minister for Works and Highways, Solan Mirisim, stated that more than 400 kilometers of missing link roads have been constructed and opened to traffic. He added that 2 particular missing road links is the transnational highway between Aseki in Morbe Province and Epo in Gulf Province, and missing link section of the Magi Highway between Central and Milne Bay provinces. They form a major part of the expected uninterrupted highway to connect the regions of Momase, Highlands and the Southern, commencing in Wutung and Anson East Cape.
Bulolo to Ebo, now the road is in Kaitipa. And before 2027, the road will reach Iritano Highway to Maralawa Station. Kokopo towards South Coast Road, Pomio. By 2027, that road, for the first time, missing link will be open. A few weeks' time, we're putting up other contracts like Merengbaya roads, Karamui no Mane.
Minister Mirisim stated that the Connect PNG program is an integral part of development that has the potential to transform the lives of Papua New Guineans, particularly the 85% of the rural majority. Many of who are still isolated from mainstream economy and service delivery centers.
We want to link some of these districts who have not been connected because they can contribute economically, but because they've got no accessibility. And this government is more concerned about those linking missing links.
Grace Papiali, National Emtv News.
General Secretary of the NCDC Workers Union, Jonathan Oata, under the PNG Trade Union Congress, has provided an alternative of state partnership with local farmers and landowners. He said the government must embark on this partnership to curb the increasing unemployment rate in the country.
The NCDC Workers Union General Secretary said Papua New Guinea has 80% of workforce in the rural peripherals of the country. Hence, the government must embark on the partnership. He pointed out that Papua New Guinea's economy relies on labor and production.
And in that way, you make these unemployed people more productive. And we're about labor, we're about production. We will promote labor. And the state develops the downstream processing they're preaching about. Creates factories, employment, in partnership with landowners outside. And that's the way, alternative I'd like to give to the government. Tribal rural workforce staff here, go partnership one time all. You'll be amazed how much cargo they'll produce and bring to the country, and you can process it into downstream processing. You'll be amazed what your partnership with the rural people.
Mr. Owata emphasized that it is critical that the government consult entities like the Trade Union Congress as it deals with labor issues. Malinta Yopolo, National Emtv News.
Mandated organizations of the state must look at the welfare of the disciplinary forces and PNG citizens by solving one issue at a time to avoid more chaos and riots happening in the country. This is according to founder of the Magna Carta PNG, Shelley Kaupa, following the civil unrest that took place last week.
Magna Carta PNG is demanding the government to address all priority areas and unsolved issues at the national level first for a positive change in PNG. Ms. Kaupa stresses that dealing with people is very challenging if you are to deal with law and order issues. Therefore, it is vital to consider the welfare of disciplinary forces.
Citizens' welfare, the citizens' security is first priority, and the state, the mandated organization of the state should see it as something of importance. It's a national security concern, and they must adhere to mitigate the issues. pay rise and 3% increment, and all these things were issues of some years ago. And, when things are filing up and when you don't fix one issue and things are filing up, we actually anticipate for, citizens' riot and citizens' voice like this.
She further emphasizes that we can't have a broken disciplinary force to go out and protect the government and the citizens of this country.
When the national level is affected, it goes to the sub-national, it goes down to the district. And it's not a rocket science. It's a new thing that we really need to mastermind, plan, and mitigate issues. Mitigate accordingly, because one issue will instigate and correlate to another. So we can't have a broken police force, we can't have a broken defense force, we can't have a broken CS that goes out every day to wear the uniform to protect the citizens and the government and the systems and the states. When these security partners, when they are broken in terms of welfare, in terms of housing, in terms of any other things, and how do you expect them to go and uphold the law and order?
Moving forward, she also challenges every citizen to be responsible of whatever action that they take to avoid such riots in the future. Esther Gane, National Emtv News.
The Lae Chamber of Commerce and Industry have discussed with police in Lae and have moved the close of PMV operations in Lae daily from 5 p.m. to 5:45 p.m.
The LCCI President, John Byrne, says several businesses and staff have raised the concern of safety when using PMV services at the end of the day after the looting and destruction of properties in the province. Police have instructed that PMVs will operate to 5 p.m. only and changes will eventuate when everything gets back to normal. Although this was instructed, Byrne says many staff struggle to get to the stop or the connection stop by 5 p.m. Hence, speaking with the senior police who acknowledge this and will instruct their members to delay the last close out to 5:45 p.m. He says this is not SOE, but it is only precautionary measures until normalcy is fully restored. Francisca Anania, National Emtv News.
National Emtv News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The Casio volleyball tournament at the Gerehu roundabout faces another delay due to civil unrest and riots in the city.
Organizing committee Gento Marai shares that although they were initially given the green light by Gerehu police for knockout matches, the PNGDF intervened due to the state of emergency.
NCDC putting mobla 10 grand prize money blow for blood teams bla man Mary, so 8 blogger, including all officials.
Marai explains that the NCD Sports Desk wants the finals to be completed last Friday, but due to the SOE, it could not happen. Recently, they received a notice from the NCD Sports Desk stating that the finals would be postponed and resume after the SOE. Despite the challenges, the tournament has progressed to the semi-final stage with 4 male teams and 6 female teams gearing up for intense matches. Marai remains optimistic about completing the tournament once the situation stabilizes. James Guken, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Moving to overseas sports, the finals for the 13 Big Bash League have been confirmed to be played in the Gold Coast this Friday.
The winner of that match will go straight through to the final, while the loser will play the winner of the Perth Scorchers Adelaide Strikers match. That will be played at Perth Stadium this Saturday, while the qualifying final will be played on Monday.
Australians have staged a miraculous comeback to progress to the next round of the Australian Open overnight.
Thanasi Kokkinakis, he fought back from 2 sets down to beat Austrian Sebastian Ofner in 4 hours, while in the women's, Ajla Tomljanovic came back from 1-4 down in the 3rd set to defeat world number 40 Croatian Petra Martic in just under 3 hours. Today, Alex de Minaur takes on Italian Matteo Analdi in round 2 of the tournament.
An Australian cyclist is adamant he will bounce back in stage 2 of the men's tour down under in Australia.
After a lacklustre start to the race, West Australian Sam Welsford won a sprint to the stage 1 finish, claiming the teal sprinter's jersey and the lead in the general classification. Today's stage will take off from Adelaide's eastern suburbs, snaking up 141 kilometres through the Adelaide Hills.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The weather forecast for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy with a chance of a few showers and drizzles. Daru, partly cloudy with few showers. Kerama, partly cloudy with a chance of few showers and drizzles. Alotau, cloudy with some showers. Popondetta, partly cloudy with few showers. Looking at the Momasa region, Lae City, partly cloudy with possible few showers. Medang, partly cloudy with few showers. Wewak, cloudy periods with some showers. Vanimo, cloudy periods with rain showers. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Keveng, partly cloudy with few showers. Kokopan Robaul, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Buka, partly cloudy with few showers. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka, Bans and Kundiawa, cloudy period with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy period with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Looking at the small ships forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerama to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Islands, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 to 3.5 meters. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel to eastern and western Milne Bay Islands, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 to 3.5 meters. Waters north to Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finschhafen, seas 1 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Finschhafen through VTS Dampier Strait to CSC Long Islands, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 2.5 to 3 meters. Waters of Long Island to Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. Waters of East and West New Britain to New Ireland, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. Looking at the ocean forecast, coral seas moderate to rough, west to northwest winds of 15 to 25 knots, increasing to 30 to 35 knots. To the Solomon Seas, seas slight to moderate, northwest to southwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Seas, seas slight to moderate, patches rough over western sector. northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots, increasing to 30 knots. To the Pacific Ocean, seas slight with patches of moderate seas over southern sector, west to northwest winds of 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 20 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 17th of January, 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Stud Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.